I believe that a family should consider utilizing S4 for a variety of different reasons. First and foremost, if you are looking for a program that is going to stay with you as long as you want it to stay with you, S4 is up to that challenge. And S4 not only works with the student for 4, 5, 6 sessions and then moves on, but S4 develops relationships with those students, develops relationships with those families that are long lasting. And that's extremely important because once a tutor gets to understand a particular student and the areas that they need assistance and how they operate, what makes them successful, what makes them sort of take a step back, what makes them say, yes, I'm enthusiastic about working with you today, or no, not so much. That relationship continues, and it continues for a long period of time. So we really offer an incredible support system that allows students to sustain their personal growth and development. And again, for the families, we're here for you as long as you need us to be, and as long as you want us to be, truly.
Families often reach out to S4 because there are ongoing conflicts between between the parents and the caretakers and their students. So there's a constant butting heads. It's creating strain. The relationships are suffering because of the constant debate and disagreement and arguments that families are having with their students. So I've really enjoyed it, and it's been gratifying to play a mediator role where I can advocate for the parents' perspective, I can advocate for the student's perspective, and try to find some sort of a middle ground. So anytime I get feedback from a family that conflict has been alleviated, that the student is being more independent and not needing as much prompting or urging or goading from their parents, that's what I find most gratifying. And I think that's what the S4 philosophy tries to instill is, all right, not only does the student need to get their grades up, but how are they going to respond to their families? Yeah, it's a family affair, and that's what makes tutoring unique.
I think right now, especially, we put parents in a pretty impossible position of trying to be parents and teachers and work and babysitting and everything else. And it's stressful, and it's stressful for kids. And kids are used to being accountable for schoolwork to their teachers. They're not necessarily used to being accountable to their parents, and especially the older they get, they may not want to be. And I think bringing in someone from the outside who has the skill set can help take a lot of the tension away. The kid can be accountable to me. They can be frustrated with me because I'm bugging them. And that's one less thing the parent has to deal with. And I've seen that with a lot of my kids, is they will tell me things that they wouldn't necessarily tell a parent just because I've replaced the position to some extent of their teacher. So they'll talk to me about the school stuff that they would talk to their teacher about, that they want their parent to trust they know how to do. And so I think it can definitely help that dynamic. I think also it's unrealistic to expect every parent to have the skill set and training that a teacher does. Right? You get trained to be a teacher for a reason because there are a lot of skills involved with that. And yes, parents can help immensely, but they may not know how to go about it in the same way that will be quite as helpful, or they just may not have the time. And that's okay. This is what we were trained to do.
Families should consider working with us now more than ever because in this new age of schooling and new way of schooling, children have far fewer contact hours with an adult who can really help them meet the goals and attain the learning objectives that they need in lots of different areas. Parents and children need us more than ever, I think, because sort of all the structure that traditional schooling provides is now largely missing. And so working with a tutor who can really hone in on developing those study skills, those executive functioning skills, those, you know, ways of managing learning and time that doesn't have a lot of structure is really critical now. Children have much less guidance than they did previously, working in a classroom every day with a teacher or more than one teacher, and they really need an adult right now who can help them develop the skills that they will need to learn much more independently than before.